Hey friends, I want to talk about healing trauma and self-trust and being able to feel safe. I think that's such a challenging combination, but it certainly is one that is possible. There's 3 points I want to make. One is that all trust comes from self-trust, and that is my main work, is learning to trust myself and really understand myself. And I don't think that this is the degree that we achieve. It's something that we're either in alignment with or we're not. Just like exercising, it's a constant skill that we need to work on. The second is understanding the residual effects of trauma and their effect on the nervous system. And especially when they're, say, like childhood trauma, things we've been living with and have been the status quo for basically our whole lives. And the reason this is important to acknowledge is because if your entire experience is based within a certain bandwidth or a certain reality or a certain reflection, then it can be really hard to see or imagine outside of it. And in fact, it can almost feel safer to maintain the symptoms and the residual effects of this trauma. I guess the third is our ability in which to expand outside of this. This comes the greatest challenge. If you need to really learn to trust yourself, but your own internal guidance and your own subconscious is basically locking you into a pattern of residual effect based on something that happened years ago, in that the body and the subconscious mind and the decisions we make are constantly trying to make decisions that make us feel safe. That will keep us small, or that will keep us locked into behavioral and relationship dynamics and patterns that actually are unhealthy, because the nervous system is equating known patterns to safety. How do we heal this? It's really about self-understanding and awareness, and bringing awareness to these different patterns and these things that come up. And I think it's really about watching and understanding what leads up to a decision and how we feel leading up to a decision, or how we feel leading up to a manifestation where a decision is available, and what happens after we make it. And so we got to watch the whole trajectory, because this gives us a through line of sort of the whole cyclical pattern, because reality works in fractals and cycles, and when they complete themselves, then they repeat again. If we find that a pattern keeps repeating and we keep making the same decision over and over again, but it keeps coming back over and over again, it would be advised to just try making a different decision, just to see what happens, just to break you out of the cycle, just to break myself out of the cycle. And if making a different decision provides a tremendous amount of relief, or leads to relief or a greater understanding, you're headed in the right direction. Self-trust, when it comes to trauma, is also really about understanding that there are different parts of us and different voices within us and different energies that are making decisions. There's usually core beliefs under there, and they're usually correlated with a part of the body. Where if we're able to see that and shift that within ourselves, quite literally puts us in a different reflection of reality and a different resonance, where we both make different decisions and different options are available to us. I hope that this was clear and resonant and helpful, and always know that whenever I say these things to you, it's not just me preaching at you, it's me sharing, because we're all here to help each other and walk each other home. Peace and love and blessings.